It's Van der Merwe being worried all the way there by Chris Aberdeen as they come around and tear up the Winfield Hill up to the shelf at Wesbank corner. Sarel van der Merwe. Ben Morgan, who's trying to put his nose in there. Tremendous potential, that four-wheel drive, or tremendous ability that four-wheel drive Audi's got in wet or dry conditions. And this could be his afternoon. Aberdeen has already got one win to his credit this afternoon. This could be the second. But the man who's going to stop him doing it is going to be Sarel van der Merwe. Your picture now, Ray Monick in the Helen Autobody stanza. We've got a problem in this area of the circuit. The one camera's gone down there, but we'll bring you as much of the action on this Wesbank modified race as we can. And Terry Moss is making a bid to try and pass Ben Morganwood. Moss is in fourth position. You have to go some now. Down in PE, you remember him. If you're watching the races there, went right to the outside of the circuit and went off the road at about 200 k's an hour. Here they come in the late afternoon sun, and the cheers from the crowd. You can hear them above. Our microphone and the noise of the engine is Van der Merwe and Aberdeen and Morganwood in the Mazda 323. And then it's Terry Moss. A little further back, there's Willie Hepburn thundering along. They go around Budget Corner and they head straight into the sun. This is the corner that used to be called Sunset for that very reason. Hard on the brakes for Yellow Page. They come around the Aberdeen, hanging on to second. Morgan, who's got third. The big thing in this race, of course, is with a 12-lapper that this is, it's been made into a longer race. Are these tyres going to be able to keep gripping this way at this speed throughout the entire race? Or they're going to start going off, as they call it, where the tyres overheat and you find the cars start to slip and slide and become uncontrollable as they tear around the circuit. Moss wants third, badly wants third. He's in the Minolta Audi as he tears down the hill behind Ben Morganwood. Morganwood, what a great win he had in Cape Town. As I say, he won by over 5 seconds as they come down the hill, down this mine shaft into Conti Corner. We've got Sarel van der Merwe in front. There's the C-Class cars, and that George Bazane is there. There's also Steve Colletti from Velcom. There's the Cornwright car of Don Brains, all having dices around the circuit. It's a nice little centre there of George Bazane, who's the class champion. And here comes Moss for another try. Has a look-see, can't quite do that. Morganwood, 3-2-3 is so quick. 2 laps are gone. We've got 10 laps to go. The order is Sarel van der Merwe and the Sassel Sapphire. Ford Sapphire, it's Chris Aberdeen, Ben Morganwood, Terry Moss and Willie Hepburn.
En weer eens Sarel van der Merwe wat sy meesterskap hier bewys. En wat wegjaag van sowel Chris Aberdeen as Ben Morganwood, as Terry Moss en as Willie Hepburn. Dis die eerste 5 motors op die pad en is die al 15 motors in klas A natuurlijk. Ek dink, soos Roger gesê het, die bande gaan 'n geweldige belangrike rol speel hier. En as Terry Moss sy bande net bespaar in die begin van die wedren, dis 12 rondes natuurlijk. Dis langer as gewoonlik net 10 rondes, maar omdat ons nie die eerste wedren gesien het as gevolg van reën nie, het hulle besluit om hier net een wedren van 12 rondes aan te bied. En die bande gaan hier 'n rol speel en die man wat sy bande die beste bespaar, Terry Moss is verby hier. Terry Moss is by Ben Morganwood verby in Wesbank Draai. Die man wat sy bande hier beste bespaar, gaan op die ou end aan die einde van hierdie wedren waarskynlik die boortoon voer en die geruite vlag ontvang. Sarel van der Merwe nog steeds voor in die Sassel Ford Sapphire. Chris Aberdeen wat baie naby aan hom is in die tweede plek. As 'n bietjie van 'n gaping tussen Aberdeen en die man in die derde plek is Terry Moss. En in die vierde posisie is dit Ben Morganwood. Ongelukkig het ons die aanboordkamera verloor van Terry Moss se motor. En dit is 'n groot jammer. Ongelukkig kan ons nie vir u daardie aanboordkamera skote vir u bring nie. Net 'n bietjie op wie die laaste rem as hulle in 'n draai ingaan. En ons sal reeds besig om by die stadige motors by die kom. Dis Ben Morganwood, die einde van die derde ronde. Daar's die Minolta Audi Quattro Turbo van Terry Moss is nou in die derde posisie. Sarel van der Merwe begin wegtrek van Chris Aberdeen. Het hy dalk te veel van sy bande alreeds gebruik? Net tweewiel aandrywing, daar sal hy hebben. En die Kandari motor se eislike groot V8 5,7 liter NASCAR engine kan hy baie duidelik hoor. En Willie Hepburn met beslis probleme hê. In klas B is dit Tony Viana wat voorloop. Tony Viana loop voor ten spyte van ekstra gewig wat hy dra. Tweede in klas B is dit Gary Dunkerley in die Seibert Porsche. En derde is dit Johan Coetzee, hy was vroeër voor geweest. Hy is nou af na die derde posisie in klas B en 8ste al geheel. Tony Viana in 6de al geheel in sy BMW handelaarspan BMW 535i wat ontwikkel word natuurlijk daar in Kaapstad. Sarel van der Merwe nog steeds voor. Ek wonder of hy nie te veel van sy bande gebruik nie. Hy het net tweewiel aandrywing terwyl die twee Audi Quattro's natuurlijk vierwiel aandrywing het. En Sarel van der Merwe sal baie mooi na sy bande moet kyk. Vir die 4de keer gaan hulle deur total draai en daar kan nog baie gebeur. Dis 'n wedren van 12 rondes. Ben is weer terug in die 3de posisie. Ben Morgenrood wat by Terry Moss weer bygekom het. Net 'n bietjie op die laaste rem, daar's hy en Terry Moss wat baie laat rem in daardie draai, die ingang van Nashua draai. Baie laat rem hy en hy is kort op die hakke van Ben Morgenrood as hulle ronde nommer 5 begin.
And the gap between Cyril van der Merwe and Chris Aberdeen is not increasing, but Ben Morgenrood and Terry Moss are having a ding-dong battle. Moss tries to go on the inside, and if he touched him there, they would have landed up in the budget Boma. So round they go, out of budget corner into yellow pages. And Terry Moss is trying everything, absolutely everything that he knows to try and get past Ben Morgenrood, who is ahead of him again. Let's see what happens now. Last time he took him at Wesbank, but then Ben Morgenrood took him back later on in the circuit. Let's see as they go up through the top sport S's, up the Winfield Hill towards Wesbank. There they are again. Round he goes. And this time Morgenrood gets out of Wesbank ahead of Terry Moss and will hold that lead right the way down the mine shaft, down the IGI mine shaft, in towards Continental Tires corner. And now there's a battle going on for the lead. Cyril van der Merwe has Chris Aberdeen right behind him. Chris Aberdeen is right behind Cyril van der Merwe. Of course, teammates last year, this time rivals on the circuit. The Sasol Ford of Cyril van der Merwe is leading Chris Aberdeen. Two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive at the moment on the circuit. Let's see what happens as they come out of Nashua into the start-finish straight to complete another lap. Cyril van der Merwe leads, but only just. There are slow markers in the way. The crowd roars as they come past. And van der Merwe still leads. Aberdeen looks on the outside. It's not going to find a way past there. Back they come round. Budget corner. They're almost like one car. Up in towards yellow pages, and they've just touched. That reminds me of van der Merwe and Ian Schechter a couple of years ago, and van der Merwe will be livid. Aberdeen's going to try again. He's trying as hard as he can. And we've seen some bodywork and damage done to the bodies in every single form of racing here today. Van der Merwe leads. Aberdeen right behind him. You can see how determined Chris Aberdeen is to overtake his former teammate, Cyril van der Merwe. Out of Wesbank they come. Will he get the toe down the mine shaft? It looks like he might. And if they come into Continental corners together, we could have trouble, but they didn't. Van der Merwe still leads. Round the circuit they go. We apologise for our camera problems once again. Down NGK, watch them come over the hill. All of a sudden you'll just see two monsters appear. There they come. Van der Merwe leads, and the gap is getting smaller and smaller because Ben Morgenrood is closing up as well. We could see three cars battling for the lead. At the moment we're seeing two. Van der Merwe leads, right behind him, Chris Aberdeen in the Audi. Then it's the master of Ben Morgenrood and another Audi of Terry Moss, and Willie Hepburn is still flying in the Opel record. 6 laps remaining, 6 laps gone, halfway through this race. Van der Merwe leads. Terry Moss is in 4th position after starting at the back of Class A, but he's not progressing much further than that because Ben Morgenrood is trying his best to catch Chris Aberdeen and Cyril van der Merwe, who at the moment are riding away. Chris Aberdeen looking for a way past into the Top Sport S as they go. And now they are like one car. They are just as if they are one car, and you talk about slipstreaming now, and Aberdeen is right behind Cyril van der Merwe. What will they do at Wesbank? Will he try and cut into the inside Aberdeen? Yes, he does. He tries to go on the inside, and Morgenrood's there again. Now Ben Morgenrood is right behind them, and all of a sudden we can see Morgenrood taking over. Aberdeen swings across, Van der Merwe goes off, and Ben Morgenrood's in the lead. Morgenrood goes into the lead from being in 3rd position, a mistake by Cyril van der Merwe. Chris Aberdeen into 2nd, and now watch Cyril van der Merwe go if those tyres are okay. What a race we are seeing here at Kyalami this afternoon. Now we'll see 3 monsters come up and over that hill. Ben Morgenrood leads. Behind him, Chris Aberdeen. Behind Aberdeen is Cyril van der Merwe, and van der Merwe is not going to let them get away from him. He's not going to let them get away. It's not often you see Cyril van der Merwe make a mistake. And the other Audi's coming into the picture as well. What a race we're seeing, because Terry Moss is now coming in. Van der Merwe's going to try and go past on the main straight. Has he got the power? Morgenrood's there. Van der Merwe's gone through to 2nd. Unbelievable racing. Cyril van der Merwe now in 2nd. So The last lap it was Van der Merwe, Aberdeen, Morgenrud. Now it's Morgenrud, Aberdeen, Van der Merwe, and Terry Moss is right there as well. What a race we're seeing. Flames coming out the side of that turbo. It looks like that turbo might have a bit of fodder. But then Morgenrud leads, Sarel van der Merwe second, and this race is far from over.
It certainly is, and Terry Moss is coming into the picture. We just got past the halfway mark. They've completed 7 laps. It's a 12-lap race. Lots of action still coming up. There's Dave Repsol in the pink-packed Toyota Corolla, leading Class C. Sarel van der Merwe now one's after Ben Morgenrud, who has just handed this race on a plate so far. As they start coming down the mine shaft, Terry Moss is closing on Sarel. Aberdeen's race is run by the look of it with all the fire and flames and smoke coming out of the car. So unfortunately, his race is run. Something's gone wrong mechanically. As these others come up onto the Neville Tillman comes into sight at Wesbank corner, and the others are going around Brilliant Science corner and heading down. Here they come. It's Ben Morgenrud. There's Eric Varkel, and he just looks in his mirror and he sees the Sasol forward. It's in his mirror. Sarel's in the second, and he's bringing Terry Moss with him. And more than anything else, he wants to get hold of Ben Morgenrud, who must be really feeling very chuffed with himself. And it's got an incredible sound, this car. It sounds like a racing motorbike as it comes towards you. They want Eric Varkel out of the way, and they're prepared to push him out of the way. This is the roughness of modified racing as they come. There's Dave Repsol in the distance. And Sarel van der Merwe holding onto that second position, and Terry Moss now is summing him up. Has he saved his tyres enough to be able to catch him? Down in Port Elizabeth, they seem to go off after 5 or 6 laps. I'm sure he's cured that problem. They've got the bigger 18-inch wheels on those cars now. They've got the Dunlop tyres on. It's a huge tyre. You just look at the huge wheel they've got. It almost looks like the rubber's been painted onto the rim. It's a huge, big piece of wheel and rubber in the Terry Moss Minolta Audi. Looking for a place to come past Sarel. He's got the 4-wheel drive to come out. He can put the power on the road a lot earlier as he goes. As he got it, he's trying to push Sarel, give him a nudge to get him out of the way. And he's got on the inside. He's got the better line as he comes down the hill. As he got the steam, Sarel just turns up the turbo and on his way. That 2-litre turbocharged Ford is really flying. But they into Conti. This is where we've lost a camera. There's Willie Hepburn, the Sabre Nova. He's got a broken exhaust at the moment, and Willie, as game as ever, just keeps going around there. He's lying at the moment in 4th position. The order after 8 laps is Ben Morgenrud in the order pit Mazda. There he is. Here's the second. That's Paddy Driver in the RGI Insurance Mazda RX-7. He's in Class B. Just moves out of the way. He's going to the pits. Paddy's going. No, he's keeping out of their way. Very sporting of him to keep out of that. Dyson Sarel looks in his mirror, and that big black Widow Minolta Audi is right there. It's Morgenrud, and there's only a little bit in it. Let's put the watch on them now, and we'll tell you it's just over 2 seconds. Just over 2 seconds, and we finished lap 9. We've got 10, 11 and 12 to go.
En ongelooflik in die strijd om die tweede posisie. Sarel van der Merwe wat waarskynlik baie lank laat soveel druk op hom gehad het. En Ben Morgenrud wat net glimlag al die pad wat hierdie strijd om die tweede plek. En Moss doen het aan die binnekant van die eerste van die Tasport Esse. Van der Merwe gee nie bes nie. Hy hou die lyn vir die tweede van die Esse. Met Terry Moss wat in die binnekant van der Merwe sny absoluut af. Terry Moss probeer die binnekant, hy gaan hom deurdruk daar. Terry Moss druk hom absoluut net daar deur by Sarel van der Merwe verby, deur Wesbank draai. Hier word absoluut geen genade gegee te vra nie. En hier, as jy agter die stuur van enige van hierdie motors sit, dan weet jy dat jy agter die stuur van 'n renmotor sit en dat jy in 'n baie harde stryd gewikkel is. Weer eens verskoning vir die kameraprobleme wat ons het, maar dit neem niks weg van die genot van hierdie wedren. Die Terry Moss trek weg van Sarel van der Merwe. Nou Terry Moss vir Ben Morgenrud in sy versier. Ek het gedink van der Merwe het moontlik te hard gery in die begin. Maar die bande van hom kan nie meer wees wat hulle was in die begin nie. So ook natuurlik die ander motors. En ewe skielik trek Terry Moss weg van Sarel van der Merwe af. Van der Merwe het waarskynlik een van die hardste wedrenne tot dusver in sy loopbaan agter die rug. En hy sak al hoe verder en verder terug. Ben Morgenrud nou nog steeds 'n gemaklike voorsprong as 2 rondes wat oorbly. Nog net 2 rondes wat oorbly en ek moet u verseker daar's nog baie dinge wat kan gebeur. Terry Moss wat sy versier ingestel het op Ben Morgenrud. Ben Morgenrud in die Ortefoot Mazda 323 triple-rotor enjin. Sarel van der Merwe in die Sasol Ford Sapphire sak verder en verder terug. Terry Moss het die regte ding gedoen, maar die begin van die wedren het hy sy bande gespaar. En hier in die laaste helfte van die wedren is dit besig om vrugte af te werk. Ben Morgenrud wat sal moet seker maak dat hy daar die voorsprong behou, want as Terry Moss besluit het hy wil wen, dan haal hy alles uit wat hy kan. Dis die 11de keer, die tweede laaste keer wat hulle deur Wesbank draai gaan. Van der Merwe se motor wat dwars begin skuif deur die draaie. Ek is seker daardie bande van hom is nie meer wat hulle behoort te wees nie. En Van der Merwe wat ek dink gaan probeer om net hierdie derde posisie van hom te behou. Hy was absoluut in die middel van die stryd, in die hitte van die stryd vandag gewees in hierdie wedren. Dit was eers Aberdeen wat hom van die pad afgedruk het, skitterend het hy hom op die pad gehou. En daarna was hy en Terry Mas van die onderhouding gewees. Maar ek dink Ben Morgenrood hardloop weer weg. Net soos wat hy in Kaapstad gemaak het. Ben Morgenrood hardloop absoluut weg vir die res van die veld. Terry Mas is op die oomblik so 3 sekondes, 2,87 sekondes. Die verskil tussen Ben Morgenrood en Terry Mas is omtrent dieselfde verskil as voorheen. Dit is die laaste ronde. En as Terry Mas nie nou iets uithaal uit die hoed nie, dan gaan hy nie daarin slaag om vir Ben Morgenrood verby te gaan nie, en gaan Ben Morgenrood sy tweede agtereenvolgende oorwinning in die Wesbank reeks vir gemodifiseerde sedanmotors behaal, en daar gaan sekerlik 'n groot gejuich opgaan hier in die skare as dit gebeur dat Ben Morgenrood weer eens die grote vlag ontvang. Terry Mas het baie goeie taktiese wedren wat hy gejaag het. Ek dink hy het miskien net so 'n bietjie te lank gewag. Ben Morgenrood het net weggehardloop vir die res van die veld, en Terry Mas wat nog steeds nie ingegee het nie. Dis die laaste keer deur Wesbank draai, af in die EGE pouvak. En Terry Mas in die Minolta Audi Quattro Turbo wat wegjaag van Sarel van der Merwe. Willie Hebben is op die oomblik in die 4de plek. Tony Viana is voor in klas B. Hy is 5de algeheel. Johan Kessé het by Gary Duncan verbygekom. 6de en 7de algeheel, 2de en 3de in klas B, en in die 8ste plek algeheel, 4de in klas B, Johnny Eckhout in sy oprekord. Hier is die voorloper, en Terry Mas is glad nie ver van hom weg. 2,7 sekondes, is net 'n tiende van 'n sekonde. Wow, en dis Gary Duncan, ongelukkig vir hom op sy tweede laaste ronde. Het hy van die pad af, hy was in Johan Kessé vast, Johan Kessé kom by ons verby. Hier kom Ben Morgenrood, 1,6 sekondes tussen hom en Terry Mas. Terry Mas het nie opgegee nie. Daar is Gary Duncan in sy Seibert Porsche. Die twee manne moes in mekaar vastgejaag het. Sarel van der Merwe kom deur in die 3de posisie. Daar kom die Sasol Sapphire deur in die 3de posisie. 4de boord het Willie Hebben te wees. Ons sien nie vir Willie Hebben nie. Dis Gary Duncan wat daar verby kom nou. Hy en Johan Kessé was onder ons betrokke hier in die total draai. Johan Kessé wat verbygekom het met 'n groot stuk van sy bakwerk wat aan die kant weggeneem is. Ons het nie gesien presies wat daar gebeur het nie. Willie Hebben kom deur. Willie Hebben kom deur, gaan hy 4de eindig. Hy gaan eindig 4de eindig, gaan hy sit die voet daar neer in die hoek as hy oor die wenstreep kom. Willie Hebben in die 4de posisie. 5de boorde te wees Tony Viana. Die man wat die oorwinning behaal in klas B, ons sal sien. Daar kom Dave Repsol deur in die Pink Panther en sy Toyota Corolla klas C motor, oorwinning in klas C vir hom. En Jeff Dalglish wat ook in klas D deurkom. Daar is die voorlopige uitslag. Ben Morgenrood 'n gemaklike oorwinning, miskien 'n gelukkige oorwinning. Terry Mas van der Merwe, Hebben, Viana en Kessé, en it was an interessante wedren.
Absolutely. Ben Morgenrood took his chances out of Wesbank, and from being way back in 4th position, all of a sudden he found himself into 3rd.